I honestly can't believe I'm here. I can't believe you're here. God is up to something. Oh man, this is so crazy. Welcome to my channel. Oh my gosh, that's surreal to say that. I'm Christina and I'm so excited you're here. This is my brand new YouTube channel and I wanted to film this introduction just to get to know a little bit about each other, to tell you a little bit about me and where the inspiration for this channel came from. I am a professionally trained makeup artist. I have worked for large brands and done freelance for them. I have also owned my own business doing special events and weddings, and I've worked for a brand in store before, and so I love all things makeup. But the thing I noticed when I had the opportunity to do makeup for women, blushing brides on their wedding days, women that would come into the store that I would work at, or into the freelance events that I was doing that felt discouraged or frustrated or unsure of how to get the look they wanted with makeup, it was always such a cool opportunity to get to talk with them. And what I realized is that women don't see themselves clearly on this side of heaven. And there's so much stuff in the world coming at us that's negative and compares you to other people and feels so hard. And what I realized is we all just need some encouragement. While makeup was the vehicle, encouragement was always the goal. And I loved getting to spend time with women, applying makeup, teaching them things, but to see them when they would look in the mirror and go, I look so beautiful. And I just remember saying to them, I would say to them, you did before I even helped you. And I loved that women would come up to me and say, okay, did you notice my crow's feet or this spot on my face or my thin lips or whatever it was? And I remember always thinking, no, I didn't notice that about you. I noticed that you had fabulous cheekbones. I loved your outfit. I loved the shape of your eyes. I loved the color of your lips. And my point in saying all that is that we don't see ourselves clearly. And we just need somebody to reflect back to us that we were made in God's image and he loves us and is crazy about us. That brings me to the next point, is that I love God. God guides everything in my life. I'm a follower of Jesus. And my favorite thing is to be able to encourage other people in that. Look, life is hard, okay? But God desires relationship with us. And so my hope is to bring with you the struggles that I've had, the things God is teaching me. I want to hear what he's teaching you. I want to pray for you. Obviously, faith is way more than makeup. It's more important to me than makeup. But I also want to use this opportunity to chat while we do our makeup. So that is how this channel came about. And I'm so thankful and excited that you're here. Actually, I want to say this. So I always said I'm not high maintenance, but after the pandemic and the things that happened with that, I feel like, look, we were all in our comfy clothes, in our living rooms for a long time. And I realized there's like a kind of like a, I don't want to say a renaissance, but like a new era happening. And I say that I'm not high maintenance, but given the last couple of years, I'm going to tell you this is a secret. I need to be more maintenance. Okay. So, I have been practicing doing more things to help me feel beautiful and encouraged and positive, like doing a full face of makeup, even if I'm not leaving the house, and working on things around the house. So we'll talk about that. We'll get more into it. There's going to be makeup. There's going to be encouragement. There's going to be faith statements. There's going to be prayer. So I hope you enjoy it here. I wanted to also find a creative way to introduce myself. We may or may not know each other. Maybe if we do know each other, you don't know these things about me. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to share with you a little bit about who I am, using some objects to kind of dive into that. Maybe you'll get to know something about me if you already know me. And if you don't know me, my name is Christina. I am a professional makeup artist, lover of God, and I'm excited that you're here. Okay, without further ado, let's dive in. The first thing I want to share is that I am a professional makeup artist. This is my freelance belt that I take with me when I'm going to events or jobs, and there are so many beautiful memories in these brushes of blushing brides on their wedding day. I think of a particular client who came in when I was freelancing, who was struggling with cancer, and getting to do a full face of makeup on her and her feeling so encouraged after we spent time together, helping people find their perfect lip shade. All of those things are just part of who I am. If I could share like one of the secrets in my brush kit, it is this brush right here. I love this brush, and I call it the cat paw because it kind of feels like a cat paw. This is a great primer and foundation brush, and every time I would use this on a client, they would be like, what is that brush? It just feels so luxurious. I think honestly, the brush is great. I think it's having somebody else do your makeup, but that's probably my go-to secret brush in there. I'm also a product junkie, connoisseur, reviewer. I don't know. I don't even know what the right term for that is. Makeup is going to be a huge part of what you see on this channel. So I'm excited to share my experience with you. And I'm also excited to share with you the things that I didn't know about makeup. There are constantly new techniques and new artists and many, many new products on the market all the time. So my hope is that we will dive into them together, and I'll share knowledge or wisdom if I have it, and I'm willing to hear and learn from you and try new things together. Okay, next thing on my list. I don't know how some of you are gonna feel about this next thing, but try not to judge. So I don't know if you can see my hoodie here. It's got the Muppets on it. And I feel like I'm in a 12-step meeting and I should just confess to you, like, hi, my name is Christina, and I love all things Jim Henson. The Muppets, Sesame Street, any puppet he's ever created, I think he's a genius. These guys sit on my desk. Look, I'm a child at heart, you guys. Look, there's so much stuff in this world that is so hard and scary and dark, and if I can remember to be a child at heart through a Muppet or a puppet, so be it. And if you know me, you know how much I love Cookie Monster. He's the one, look, don't judge me. He's the one celebrity that I would probably fangirl out about in public. I know it's not realistic, but I love Cookie Monster and all the Muppets and Jim Henson puppets. So something weird about me, if you have something weird about you, put it in the comments. Let's move on. A newer thing to my life that is kind of crazy. I am a recent cosmetic developer. Cosmetic development comes into working with labs and brands to help create products. So there are labs all over the world that specialize in different products and formulas and coming out with the new, latest and greatest and innovative. And all the products that you have in your makeup bag or on your vanity, in your medicine cabinet, have been created for you by someone. And so I brought this product here. I can't tell you too much about it, and I can't show you more than that, other than it is a product that I am reviewing for a lab right now for reasons that we'll talk about that are upcoming. But I am excited to be able to delve into that world. There are many, many people in the cosmetic developer space that know so much more than I do, but I'm excited to be learning more about it and taking my knowledge as a makeup artist and applying that to another area. This product that I brought with me is kind of silly, but it makes me happy. This is a dog toy, and that's because one of the things I want to share with you is that I am a fairly new dog owner. I am not ready to be called a dog mom. I'm not ready. I never liked the term dog mom, but I am. But I'm not. Anyway, so I'm a dog owner. His name is Obi. I'll insert a picture of Obi right here. Isn't he the cutest? He is a full-bred Cocker Spaniel, and he completely flipped our lives upside down. I always thought I was a cat person, that I wanted a cat for so long, but he is just such a joy. And you may see him on this channel. That's very possible. Actually, let me see if you can see him right now. There he is, back there napping. He is going to be with me a lot while we're filming. You'll probably hear him squeaking or playing around. He's not feeling good today, so he's just laying. Okay, that's a lot of things. I kind of want to do a little bit of a speed round. I am also a wife. Here's a picture of me and my husband, Zach. We have been married for 10 years. That's so crazy. He's the love of my life and such a gift. Oh, I love him. I am an auntie slash godmother to two amazing girls in my life, and we have lots of kids in our lives that are deeply special to us, and that is certainly something I delight in. I'm also a serial entrepreneur. I am starting a company here with the cosmetic development portion, and I also co-own a business in another state, and I love being an entrepreneur. Okay, wait. I mostly love being an entrepreneur. Let's be very honest. Part of the entrepreneurial life cycle is, I love this so much. I hate this so much. What am I doing? If you don't have those moments as an entrepreneur, are you even really working? Actually, I saw this meme recently and it said, the worst part about working for yourself is that you're also in charge of the printer. You guys, yes, yes, yes. Being in charge of the printer, meaning you're in charge of things that you kind of don't have control over or know what you're doing. And that is so true. And it's so hard. Where when you worked for someone in a company, they helped you do those things. They had an IT department. I'm the IT department. Okay, if I'm honest, Zach's the IT department, but that's because I can't do it. But I love it, and I think it's what I'm supposed to do. I am an adoptee. I was born in another country and adopted as an infant, and that is just a part of God's woven story throughout the thread of my life. I am also currently I'm learning ASL, American Sign Language, and I'm learning, so be patient with me, but occasionally on this channel you may see different signs. I'm a Denver Broncos and a Denver Nuggets fan. We're going to the playoffs. And I guess the Rockies and Avalanche too, even though I don't live in Colorado anymore, the state that I live in doesn't have professional sports, and I love professional sports. I grew up playing volleyball and golf. Oh man, I love golf. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to golf. Oh, one more thing in the speed round. Many, many times when I'm doing people's makeup or I'm working with a client, they'll say to me, I want to look like this, and they'll have a picture, or I like this person's makeup, or how is their makeup different than my makeup? And my answer was always, 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 that person is wearing blush or more blush than you. So my favorite product as a makeup artist and just personally that I use the most is blush. It's the product I don't think I could live without. And I love it because right now, blush is like having its moment in the sun, and I am here for it because I love blush. But if you're not using blush, you got to find the one that works for you. I know it can be scary and intimidating because none of us want to look like Mrs. Claus or like that 80s rocker chick vibe. None of us want to look like that. I'll teach you how to put it on and you're going to love it, I swear. All right, that was the speed round. Let's jump into the most important thing, and that is that I love God. I am a follower of Jesus. I attend a non-denominational Christian church, and God has been a part of my life for a long time where I had things that I know that God delivered me from, that I wrestled and struggled with for a long time. And so my faith is everything to me. I always joke and say, I could not even do my laundry without Jesus. And I'm totally serious about that. There isn't a thing that I can accomplish or go through in my life without him. So he is the reason for this channel. He is going to guide me with doing this channel. And if you're not sure about him, if you're not into it, just bear with me because it is also part of my heart to not leave a legacy of wounding people. And my hope is that you would hear something that would encourage you and help bring up questions for you to take to God. So one of the things I brought to kind of show that is this book, Loving God with All of Your Mind by Elizabeth George. To be honest with you, I don't know really who Elizabeth George is that well. I had started this Bible study a while ago, and something that God has been really working with me in my heart recently is that I love him with all my heart. So there's a scripture that says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your soul. And I love God with all my heart. I really, truly do. I have such a deep love for him. It could almost bring me to tears just saying it. I love him so much. I also love him with all of my soul. There's not a part of me that doesn't feel connected with him on a daily basis. And I love him. And the thing that he said to me recently is that I'm struggling to love him with all my mind. With all my mind. And that means I think there's some things in my life that I have accepted that are lies, or that I struggle to understand his reprogramming of his word versus what I think about them. And so I just wanted to share that with you. If you are struggling with loving God with all of your mind, you are not alone. I believe that He desires that for each of us. And so my hope is that in this space, we can talk about it and I can be honest about things I'm struggling with, and then things that God has taught me and taught you. And ultimately, I do really hope that I can pray for you. That's something I take really seriously. All right, you guys, that's everything. This is my first video. It's so nice to meet you. We're here, we're done. Well, we're not done. We are just getting started. So how can you be a part of this channel? Well, first, you can subscribe. I don't want this to just be the me show. That's gross. I want this to be a place where we encourage one another and teach one another. Clicking the subscribe button is super helpful because it notifies you when I upload new content and it puts it in your feed. And then liking the video and subscribing helps me. It helps people find my channel. It helps me know that we're out there and we're connected somewhere. The other way that you can help is by leaving comments. I want to know what you want to know. This channel is for us together. So leave below in the comments and tell me what kind of videos you want to see. Is there a product you want me to try out? Are there questions you have about God? I may not be able to answer them, but I will try. Is there a scripture you're wrestling with? So there's going to be all manner of things, beauty and God on this channel, and I'm excited to dive into it with you. I have a series coming up that I'm excited about. That's my top 3. Another way to kind of get to know me from a makeup standpoint, but it's also going to have some secrets in it too. So I'm excited to do that with you, and I look forward to all the videos to come. Lastly, and most important, I deeply believe in the power of prayer, and I want to be praying for you. So if you have a prayer request, leave it below. You don't have to give specifics because God knows, and I take it as such a high honor and privilege to pray for you. I believe that's our opportunity to connect with God who loves us and bring Him our thanks and our worries, the things that are on our heart, and really do that together. So please leave a request below and I will be praying. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking the video. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. We'll see you next time.